Good morning and welcome to day 3 of NSXPO 2023. I'm Liz.
I'm Richard. This is Lap of the World. We out here in Atlanta, morning of day 3, and we are getting ready, or well, most people are getting ready, getting their cars earnestly ready for the Concourse, as you can see in the background here. Lots of polishing, lots of washing happening, and we will give you a walk around of what's out here in a moment.
I put a paper on my car.
We enjoyed the our ball game last night, and then then got back to the hotel, watched some fireworks, and then went to sleep finally. And then this is the first morning we haven't had to get up very early, so we did sleep in a little bit. Hence why we're not like going to be completely polished up and ready for the show. But hey, who knows? Maybe we'll still win something. You never know.
But until then, we need breakfast. And then we'll show you all the cars.
A quick shout out to all of the sponsors of NSXPO 2023. The full list is scrolling across the screen, and behind that you can see some of their wares displayed during the concourse. Please support these businesses as they support this great event.
All right, everybody. Well, Liz is off doing some official club business right now, so you're stuck with me for this afternoon update. The the Concourse judging is probably wrapping up at this point in time, but I figured I would take just a second to flip you around and show you some stuff that you don't really see every day, even at an NSX-Specific meet. One of our club members, Vincent, has blessed us by bringing out some really rare and cool stuff that I'll show you now. So let me flip you around. So what we have here is about the rarest NSX you can find in the United States, which is a Zanardi edition. These were done in 1999, and they're some of very few NA2 NSXs that are a fixed roof for weight savings. And they've got some other spicy stuff. This is kind of a loose equivalent of a Japanese Type S, if I understand correctly. But there are only 51 of them in the world, and this is one of those. They are very nice. Next to that, though, is the one that I'm sure all of you JDM nerds are interested in. This is a no fooling, not a clone, not a replica, not an imitation, but a 1992 NSX Type R. Looking at the interior past my obnoxious reflection, you can see this is a right-hand drive car. Moving back here, the other hallmark of the Type R is this mesh engine cover, kind of a telltale. Although I say a telltale because it's been very frequently imitated on on normal NSXs. But this one is legit. You have my assurance on that, and it is very special to be able to see it out here. It is a gorgeous Brooklyn's green color, which is also, cannot be a common thing for these cars. Really awesome to see this out here. So lots of very nice stuff out here, in addition to, of course, those few rare examples that we highlighted. Tons of extremely well kept, both original and modified NSXs out here. It's always a joy to come and check out what everybody else has done and kind of compare notes for, potential future use. You never know. I said we are looking at kind of doing a little more work to our to our car here in the off season, so we'll maybe take a few notes while we're out here. But that is going to do it for our Concourse highlights, and we are now off to, or we're going to be shortly off to the Delta Museum on the other side of town for a group photo and what would normally be a closing banquet, which is still sort of the case, but we do have a little bit of an extra, an optional activity on Sunday, which is Atlanta's Caffeine Octane, that we'll be doing. But for now, we're going to put you down from the Concourse, and we will pick you up for dinner. Well, we have made it to our last stop of the day, which Yeah, that's not an NSX behind me. That is another aluminum vehicle there that's much larger. That's because we are at the Delta Museum back here. And we are currently in the process, as you can see back here, we are currently in the process of staging for the annual group photo of, I think the last count that I saw was in excess of 120 NSXs this year. Getting organized out here. You can try and count as best you can in the frame behind me, but good luck. But this is what we are going to be doing for the next few minutes, and then once we're done with this, we'll move inside to a short cocktail hour, followed by our final banquet, at which point the location for NSXPO next year will be announced. So look forward to that. We will share it as soon as we have it. But this should be a pretty epic shot here in front of the hangar at the museum. So we'll show you what that, at least our best approximation of what that will look like here in just a moment, and then we'll pick you back up for a little bit of dinner. Although, for the most part, I think Liz and I are just going to enjoy our evening. See you tomorrow.
Our keynote speaker was none other than Ed Bolian of Cannonball, Vinwiki, and Cartrek fame. Although his stature precludes him fitting in at least a first-generation NSX, he's certainly an Atlanta automotive icon. In conversation, he did ask a few leading questions about the second-generation cars, so who knows? Maybe an NC1 could find a place next to his LP640 one day. The morning after what is usually the close of NSXPO, this year had one last event in store in the form of reserved NSX parking at Atlanta's famous Caffeine and Octane meet. Liz and I enjoyed seeing some of the ATL car scene and hanging out with everyone before getting back on the road home, with only one small detour, but that's a story for another video. As always, it was great to meet everyone again, and some of you for the first time at this year's NSXPO, and we can't wait to see you all again in Texas next year. Thanks again for watching. I'm Richard. She's Liz. This is Lap of the World, and we'll see you all in the next video, if not at the track.